How are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just trying to share the live.
You are, but guess what?
What?
We are live already.
You know what? Okay. Sorry, I was rushing because I came home.
You had a lot to do today.
I was cooking.
You were cooking. Here we
I was
are.
cooking. Yes, you guys. Okay. Guess what? So, my husband says to me just now, oh, so you didn't get water for yourself? Every week when we do Tweed Talks, I always get 2 cups of water.
Yeah.
Always. Because I take care of my man. And what do I get in return?
Yeah, you can share mine.
That's not even water, man. I
Oh, it's delicious.
feel so parched.
Well, call your daughter. Tell her to bring you some water.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. How you
Happy
doing?
Monday. Hi, Daryl. Yes,
Yes,
Jimmy
Daryl.
Lee Young is back. I am so excited. You know why?
What?
And
What
I
did you
feel
say?
like almost like we should have, because you know how we used to do in the beginning. We used to do like a promo like in the middle of the day and say, "Hey, come watch us on Tweet Talks."
Yeah.
We
Well,
should have done that today
we
because
couldn't do it today because you were busy and
listen,
yeah.
I can do a quick promo like that from anywhere.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, hi Dee, welcome. Dee, thank you so much for also watching my TikTok lives too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We could have done that because Jimmy is
Awesome.
because he's performing. I'm gonna cry. You know why? Because we haven't had a performance on this show since I think Slam.
No, Jimmy went after Slam. So
Jimmy came after Slam. Did
yeah.
Jimmy perform on the first? Was Jimmy before Slam? He was
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, he was after. But actually, I don't know.
But
It's been
okay,
this
so
is our third season.
this is our third season. We haven't had a live performance since season 1. You guys, we're in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Dee, thank you. Yes, it is so much fun. And if you're watching me this Friday, Dee, I'm going live Friday. I'm gonna have my nephew on, and he is so adorable.
Oh,
Yeah.
from the house?
Yes, I'm so excited. So I'm doing another cooking live.
I don't know how you're gonna handle everything that's coming down the pipe because you just auditioned today, and you got the part,
Mm-hmm.
and then you audition for something else, and you got the part. So how are you going to find the time to
What else
do
did I
all those
audition
things?
for that I got the part?
The play
The play. And what else did I audition for that I got the part?
today, just a few hours ago.
That's the same play.
Oh, that's the same play.
Okay, so I'll tell you
okay.
guys this quick story. So
I didn't
I
understand.
kind of sort of knew, like, casting directors try their very best not to say during the casting, during the initial casting that that you got the part. They try their very best not to do that. But I almost feel like the casting director had to like hold back. I'm like, I could feel it. And when I didn't hear from him for a week, I was very concerned. Then I heard from him, and he actually asked me, would I read for another part?
Oh. And you got that part.
And I got that part today. But it's interesting because when he emailed me, it's so weird. I have to tell you, guys who he asked me to channel in the audition. Like he wanted the role to be a cross between Tammy Faye Baker. Tammy Faye Baker meets Noah Cross from the movie Chinatown. So that reference, Noah Cross, I didn't really get because I wasn't familiar with the movie. So I looked it up and I was watching it, some clips yesterday. And wow. So I did the read and he said, that was good. He said, that was excellent. That was excellent. Then he said, I want you to be a little more sinister, like a cult leader. Like you know, cult leaders are not known for being like over the top, probably until the very end. They're like under the surface and they try to do like this mind control.
How do you know about cult leaders?
I mean, those are the type of documentaries that I love to watch. So
I know.
I did the read
scare
again.
me with that.
I did the read again, and then I ended with like this sinister grin, and he was like, "Yes!"
Okay.
So I'm very
So
excited.
now I know. Well, listen, we're very excited that Jimmy Lee Young. I wonder where he got the name Lee because that was my daughter's middle name as well.
Yeah. So we want to ask him who named him, how did that name come about? Maybe he knows that story. That would be interesting. Lots of stuff that we want to catch up with Jimmy about because do the grin. It was just like I can't remember how I did it. I was in the moment, Z.
You got to read the.
I can't recreate. I can't recreate the grin
without the script. Anyway, so he's been busy since the last time that we had him on.
It's been a while.
And we are a little more technical now. We actually.
Yay! We've upgraded.
You don't have to look for the little green man.
Little green man.
Last time he was on, he was Jimmy. Hit the green man. The green man kept running away.
You remember? We're gonna talk about that when he comes in. I know he's gonna remember because that was so crazy. Like we didn't know what we were doing. Mm-hmm. We were just trying to keep people busy.
We knew what we were doing. We just had a hard time getting people on.
We were stumbling through a little bit. We were at the forefront of Facebook Live.
Right. That's right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video of something that he's been doing.
Yay.
And then we are going to have him on when the video goes off. Okay? So here we go.
Jimmy Lee, you know how this works. In this final round, you'll have 1 minute and 25 words to get 10 answers. If you get them all, your team adds a big $10,000 to your winnings. Get ready. 25 words at your disposal. 1 minute on the clock this time. For $10,000, your time starts now.
October 31st.
Halloween.
Pen filler.
Lead. Ink.
Speak into the
Microphone.
Drum.
Beat. Solo.
Coors. Budweiser.
Beer.
Slice.
Pizza. Pie. Cut.
Yes. The Amazon.
Rainforest. Tree. Jungle.
Africa.
Continent.
Door handle.
Pass.
Yellow bright marker.
Highlighter.
Begin.
Start.
Door handle. Turn.
Doorknob. No.
Oh my gosh.
Where?
Hey. Jimmy, it is so good to see you. So good.
Good to see you.
Too.
I just feel like Jimmy and I are like kindred spirits for some reason. I just feel such an amazing energy, even just coming through the screen.
Yeah, even when we did the pre-interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you been?
I'm doing great. I'm actually working on the new album.
Mm-hmm.
With my game show run. I don't know if you know all the story behind that. You want to hear it?
We do.
Sure.
Okay, so I had been doing a bunch of home improvements on this fabulous property I bought, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm dumping it in, and I thought, I just don't want to keep putting my own money into this, What can I do to go out and make some good money, outside of robbing a bank or something? So so at the same time, I get this email, and it says, come audition for a game show. I said, game show? That's how people win money. But, I just didn't think it was too real at first. I thought it was some scam or something. So, but then I look at it, it says 25 words or less. So I go online and look it up, and it's totally legit. It's with Meredith Vieira, who is one of the nicest ladies ever.
Yeah, she is.
And I fill in my information, and they give me a call and say, well, we do phone audition because of pandemic, and we are, they're wearing masks and all of this because that was a year ago. And they audition me, and basically you have a certain number of words, and you have to guess what that thing is. For example, door, handle, turn is what? Doorknob.
Right.
You have two teams. You have to bid back and forth. And the bidding lower and lower and lower. I can do it in 17 words, 16, 15. So
Okay.
you don't, it's 25 words or less.
Or less.
So
Mm-hmm.
there I am. I call my good friend up and I say, I've got this thing going on. Can you get time off work thinking it's going to be one day, right?
Uh-huh.
And she agrees, and we start practicing. And then I go to this little boot camp, which is kind of like to level the playing field. They kind of teach you how to play the game and what to do and what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
We get the phone call that they want to, bring 5 outfits because we're gonna change or we're gonna do all this stuff. And I had to get all the stuff ready. And we get down there and we're waiting all day. And right around 2 or 3 o'clock, they call us.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's like you're in this little pod, they call them, watching on a screen, just like I'm doing with you now, because it's pandemic and everybody's, being separate.
Right.
And we start playing and we start winning. And we kept winning. And we actually, we can win up to 10,000 on per show. But you can go, at that time, you could go up to 60,000. Then they kept raising it. Congratulations, guys. You can now go up to 100,000. So we actually won 10 games. We had an opportunity to win 100,000. We actually got the 10,000 4 times. So I split it with my good friend. I paid my little taxes, and I had exactly, and I mean exactly down to $240 to get the last little home improvement I wanted to do, which was like a $1,000 job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy because I just drag that checkbook out.
Right.
But I got everything done. The creator is so good. It was just like fate. It was just so weird. And I am now, Marianne and I are the longest winning champions, and we're going to be, because now that they changed the rules again, you only can go on once. And if you win the 10,000, great. If not, not. So we're going to be the long-standing champions on 25 words or less.
Wow.
That's
That's awesome.
crazy. Just a
Crazy.
random email, huh?
It was
Yeah.
just such an amazing experience because, everybody thinks about it, I think, when you watch game shows, and I should go on Jeopardy or I should go on The Price is Right. But this one just came up.
Mm-hmm.
It just popped up. It was like they were calling me, here's your chance. And that window opened and I climbed through and opened the front door and there it was.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Why? I see that the name of the Crystal Feather.
Crystal Feather Music. Mm-hmm.
How did
That's
you come
our
up with that?
publishing- yeah, that's our publishing company. So
Right.
in case somebody's interested in the music to license or whatever, we're BMI. So you'd go to BMI, Crystal Feather Music Publishing, and there's all the songs. And please do option them and pay.
Yes. We
Please.
always encourage our viewers to do that. Go
Yeah.
and buy the album, buy several songs or whatever, but please make sure you
I
buy.
did.
Help support the
Yes,
artist.
yes, because we're actually, there's a few announcements I'm going to make today.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a couple of shout outs?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I want to shout out to Daryl Brackett, who is
Hey, Daryl.
he's such a huge fan, and he wrote to me, and I ended up sending him some CDs. He said that his family wouldn't stop listening to them. Well, that's the kind of fans you want.
For sure. For sure.
And also a shout out to Miss Stevie Nicks, who I love dearly, and who is rock us forever. And because of Fleetwood Mac and those bands, I'm here today. They taught us kids you can do it too. And they were those type of bands, Fleetwood Mac, Led Zeppelin, all those classic rock bands were the ones who kind of helped me to believe. So I always try to show gratitude. And to Joan Baez, who when I was 18, I ran into her on a boat. I mean, literally bumped into her on a boat. And I thought it was a friend of my mom's. I looked at her, don't I know you? And then I realized who she was, and I started blubbering. I love Joan Baez's music. And I'm blubbering, and she said, you've got a face like an angel. And, I'm looking up at her like, ah. And then she says, are you coming to my show? And I said, well, it was at the Joan Jett concert. And I said, well, you're 19 and in college. You're lucky if you have money to eat. And I said, well, no, because we're here at this show. And she said, how many tickets do you need? And I said, I'll take a dozen. No, I'm kidding. I said, I'll take 2. And then I went to her show and I gave her some lousy poetry and a little gold cross so she'd remember me. And fast forward to like 2000 and 4, I think. And it was at the year of the 49th Grammys, and
Mm-hmm.
she was nominated. I was a finalist, and we were in the same Grammys. It was the coolest thing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's
I
a,
love that
Like
story.
later.
Hmm.
he's another fan of yours.
Oh, I'm a fan of her too. That is Miss Linda Blair, who,
Oh,
in case you guys haven't heard, is a couple of things. She runs the Linda Blair World Heart Foundation, and I do a little volunteering there. And it's been years now, since 2008, and we go back now a long way. And I
Mhm.
started a rock concert series called the Linda Blair World Heart Foundation Rock for the Underdog.
Mhm.
So we play, and I do the singing, and we make some money for her and try to, save the animals. And
mhm.
she's going to be in the new Exorcist with Ellen Burstyn.
Wow.
They got the original Reagan and the original mom to do some kind of role. I know she already filmed. It's been all over the news. I'm so proud of her because she works so hard,
That
Mhm.
and
is so
really
amazing.
good for her. This is really awesome for her.
Wow. Are we showing another photo? Or are we going to
Another
another
photo?
question?
Oh no, go ahead for another question.
So, when we talked in the pre-interview, you said that your album is almost finished, right?
Yes. I have 8 songs completed. Yay! Just the last session, I think I did the tambourine tracks.
Okay.
Because being an old flower child, I love to play the tambourine.
Of course.
And excuse me, I love to play my tambourine, and that's kind of like percussion. Some of those things are like the little sprinkle at the end.
Mhm.
So once I started doing those tracks, I knew that wow, this is coming along. So 8 songs are finished.
Hmm.
And another announcement is, you ready?
Go
Drum
ahead.
roll. The title track of the song and the title of the album is called 10,000 Tears. And I
Mm.
10,000 tears.
It's already recorded. I dedicated it to Linda Blair and the Linda Blair World Heart Foundation. You don't know how many
Oh.
tears are crying over her work, the work
Mhm.
that she does with so many dogs out there that are abandoned. And
Mhm.
one day I wrote this beautiful song for her that I decided to make the title track. So that's the name of the album. It's going to be 10,000 Tears.
That
10,000
is
tears.
beautiful.
Write that down, honey.
I have it. He sent me in a
Oh,
message.
okay.
So, do you have the other songs written already for your album, and you're just going to choose them, or are you still in the writing process?
Now, the other announcement is that this album is going to only be released on vinyl. I'm going rogue, and I don't mean to be. I don't mean
Oh.
rogue. The record company that our little record label is going to
Mhm.
build. They're building now an online store where you can come to my store. You can
Mhm.
listen to 20 or 15, 20 seconds of every song, and then you can download them for $1 a song, or you can buy a hard copy. We mail it out, but it's old school because the platforms that we're on, they're just not paying
Okay.
as
Okay.
much as we. And so, and I'm being brutally honest that I'm on all these platforms, but it's basically free, and I just can't do it like that anymore. It costs
I mean,
a lot of money to make an album. It's an unbelievable
You're
expensive undertaking.
you're not the only artist to say that.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking to a couple artists, and they say that it's hard to get paid on those services that you're referring to. So, I'm here for it. Do we still have
Yeah, we have more than one.
do we have a record player?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the main question. When we order from the online site, will it be signed?
Absolutely. And I'll include
Oh, I'm here for it.
my email address. I still, I answer every. They used to call it fan mail. Now it's
Yeah.
like Facebook messaging. And I make sure I answer every single one myself. I sit down, and
Mhm.
sometimes there's a lot, and if there's not a lot, I start posting to bring fans in.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
But yeah, if you order that album, I'll sign it and I'll send you an autographed picture because you guys are so good to us. What you do for us artists, you give us an extra online presence, and your show is so fabulous. And I'm really grateful for what you do.
Yeah, that's what we started this for.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and during the pandemic, people didn't know what to do. So that's why we started this.
Mhm.
And now, the people that are watching, they follow the people that we've been talking to, and
Yeah.
that has been awesome for us.
Mhm.
Wow, that's great.
Some nice pictures. Oh, that is a great. I love the lighting, the mood lighting there.
That was one of the. That song is actually when I was singing that. I'm going to be doing my first cover song. I'm going to do a few after the album, but the first one I'm going to release is a Janis Joplin song.
Mm.
Hmm.
And I was really excited because I love Janis and I love the blues. I'm from the South, and
Hmm.
I decided to do this one song. It's a belter. And so when I started working on it, I found that I have to sing it a half a step higher than Janis because she's got a female voice, I have a male voice. So to put it where I need it, it's about a half a step higher. And I thought, somehow that has to mean that I can sing.
Of course you can.
It's another one.
Mhm.
Love this picture.
Oh my God.
That's magical. That is a song called The Spell. It's a very romantic song from the Great Spirit album. And it's a magical romantic piece. And I just kind of drift off when I do that song because the lyric is so. I wanted to just make a spell and to make like this aura of this song. You can light a candle and turn the lights out and listen to this, and and it's just kind of a beautiful whirling and winding around and around, calling and calling your name. And
Oh
the
my
years sneaking by, and I swallow my cries while the spell you weave still remains the same.
That's
Mm.
beautiful.
Woo. That gave me some chills.
Well, thanks.
That is
Um,
beautiful.
when we and again when we were in the pre-interview
Hmm.
and we were just testing out the link. It was amazing because you had his music playing and he came in right away, boom, and he started singing. And I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I love it. Love it, love it.
Here's another one. We actually both fans of this person.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Somehow in my energy and my desire to meet people and to be with them and to discover something from these great human beings who do these wonderful things, that woman there is a revolutionary. She is Olga Korbut, the 1972 gold medal Olympian. And we met and clicked right away. We're still very close. And they were asking us one year at the Los Angeles Music Awards, do we have any sports influences from our artists? So I submitted her, and she won.
Wow.
Of
She won.
course.
So that night, and I won that night for Best Native American Artist, I think.
Hmm.
And so it was a double win for both of us, and it was a night to remember. When we got on stage, they played the Olympic theme. And
Mm.
so there I was standing on this podium with Olga, and I thought, wow, this could be the Olympics.
Um, Wonderful. I love stories like that. So we have a question from Daryl. Let's go ahead and post it. So Daryl's asking, he says, Jimmy, your songs are supercharged with emotion. I've heard all of them. Is there a particular song that's so emotional for you it's almost hard to sing?
Yes, that song would probably be from the first album, Guardian Angel, because it's very real. Because they're emotionally charged, I think it comes from the heart. It comes from being real. And if my heart breaks, and yes, rock singers get the blues too, but if my heart breaks or something's happening, then that I immediately the melodies start coming to me and the words start coming to me. And that song started actually years and years before I actually sat down to write it. And it's about my father's death. He died of cancer in 1991.
Mm.
And I was falling asleep on his bed, holding his hand, and I heard like angels singing. Now I was half asleep and half awake, where they say weird things happen to you, and in your mind. And I clearly heard angels singing. And then when I sat down to write the song, that was my inspiration. And I was in Switzerland the first time I really screwed that one up because it just sometimes it puts a lump in your throat and then the tears start and I just couldn't sing. So I turned my back to the audience and I took a deep breath and I wiped my eyes and I turned around and I kept singing and they went crazy. So it was a different kind of energy, But sometimes when they're staring up at you and their eyes are wide and they're transfixed and they're like, staring at you and there's this exchange of energy with the audience. When you connect with your audience in that way, when you feel like they're in the palm of your hand, like in a group, there's nothing like it. That's the thing, man. Rock and roll just brings people together and it brings artists with crowds of people and it's the best thing in the whole world.
I think that is so beautiful and so true because when you have the the blessing of being able to connect with an audience, the chance to be able to connect with an audience because not many people do. I mean, if you're a performer, you do. But other than that, if maybe you work a different type of job or whatever, and that's not your thing, you don't know what that's like. So it's definitely, and I think
it's a great experience.
And I think when we see whoever is on stage, performer or that actor or whatever, and you see them come to tears or they're dealing with this emotion, I think that's definitely a new way for them to be able to appreciate you.
Well, they feel it too. The audience feel it too.
They do. And like the theme of the song, part of it is I am with you. It keeps repeating. I am with you always, protecting you, guiding you. That we become each other's spirit guides in that song. That we are the ones who watch over the others once we cross to the other side. And I always feel this way, that my parents are, just kind of right there. They're always looking over us and we're all going to be together someday anyway.
And that is consolation,
Yeah, it's funny because I think about my daughter all the time, and sometimes I look like like my behavior has changed because when she was alive, I always wanted to please her, and now that people tell me, "Oh, she's watching you all the time," I watch my step all the time.
You watch what you.
Yes, I watch my step all the time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's watching me right now.
Yeah.
Shaking their watching them shaking their heads.
Yeah. Even my writing has changed because of that. So this morning I feel sometimes like she's guiding me when I'm writing.
Wow.
Yeah. So see, you almost got me on my feeling right there, Jimmy.
Aw. Give a hug.
Yes. Okay, so what are you gonna post another photo, sir?
Oh no, I think I posted all the photos.
Okay, so Jimmy, you mentioned to us. Come on, post that again. Come on, that's a rock star right there, man.
I am in my glory. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh.
And if you look closely, the guy behind me, he is my longtime pal and executive producer. That's Gil Gabaldon II. And he was there when I started. We started the music together, and a lot of musicians, bless them, have come and gone, but he's still there.
Wow.
And we're both in it for the long haul. We both have this idea that we're just going to make records till our bones break, till we can't move anymore, or the voice goes away, or my fingers fall off, whatever. But that right there, that one gesture up like that was the end of a song. Boom! When the whole band is tight and you just finish that last punch, bang! That's a good feeling.
Wow. Oh.
Those photos are from a benefit. I try to do a lot of benefits. And there's Linda.
Yeah.
We did a benefit to raise money for the water protectors at Standing Rock. The Pachanga Casino was very, very good. The tribe came out and they gave us the room and they helped us out, and we were able to send money to get these folks out of jail. And that just now, that one was Rock for the Underdog. That's me and Linda and a little actress who comes out, and she's very, very gracious. She's a model and actress, and she comes out and she just, helps people to their table, and
Wow.
we try to sprinkle as much celebrity and artists as we can.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I love the fact that you use your music, to touch people, and you have also this volunteer, this side of you that is also, a part of your music. Like you have blended those two together. That's really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. If we're gonna do this, I wanted it to be some good in the world.
Yeah.
I wanted,
Right. Right.
kind of, all of us do a little bit. All of us, like the Standing Rock or Linda Blair, if all of us do a little bit, then it is a lot in the end, and
Right.
we all together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
rock on.
Yes, I was just talking about that. There's a girl that I have, and she usually does well at the state meet, but this past state meet, I just talked about that yesterday. She got a 9-1, but she didn't place. And she said, what did I do wrong? And I said, well, you didn't do much wrong if you got a 9-1 out of a possible 10. So, which means that the things that you didn't do was the little things. The little things like punchy toe, string out your leg here and there. And a lot of times people don't realize that those little things mean a lot.
Hmm.
So when you start doing those little things, you helps the world become a better place.
Yeah, I was a gymnast for many years and a coach for many years.
Yeah.
And, I owned gymnastics school for 17 years while I struggled to make it in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I had the best of both worlds. I got to teach cartwheels and back handsprings all day, and then I got to rock and roll all night. I loved it.
I mean, there you go. What more do you need?
What more do you need? But after 17 years, I said, okay, that's it. It's music from here on out. And
You mean a 17 year? I'm going to 45 years now.
45 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Can't get them to stop, Jimmy.
Wow.
I'm going to 45 years.
Beautiful.
So, Jimmy, are you going to do a song for us?
Sure. When would you like me to do it? Right now?
Yeah, I would love that.
Sure. Gracious assistant, may I have a glass of water?
Gracious assistant.
I hear him thumping down the stairs now. Boo, 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 boo. Because he's awesome. I'm going to give a shout out to Russell Bryant, my assistant, to Gil Gabriel.
Hey, Russell.
Hey, Russell.
Awesome.
Russell, stick your face in here real quick. Just say
Russell,
hi.
I want to see your face.
Oh,
Hi,
Hey,
Russell.
thank you, sir. Here you go. And that takes So, we want to rock, huh?
Yeah, and what's this? Let our listeners and viewers know what you're playing.
This song is from the Great Spirit album. It's called Chippewa Wind. And I want to do this one today because I've lost a lot of people. Before the pandemic and during, it was just this run of passings. I don't want to bum anybody out, but it was in the 20s, that many people. And it was very, very difficult. And this song was inspired by someone who passed. And like I said, I think at some point we all become each other's spirit guides. So this song is about that. It's called Chippewa Wind. I wrote it on the banks of Lake Michigan. And I hope you will like it. Here we go. He was a Cherokee child in a world gone wild. I was lost on a cold winter day. He built me a fire and fixed an old flat tire, and he pulled out a flute and began to play. Went down through the trees, a warm summer breeze began blowing by now and then. Melted the snow in my soul and my heart, warming the Chippewa wind. Oh, when you fall, when the wind begins to sing your name, I'll come sailing on that old cold Chippewa wind. tribe, how his grandfather died. I could hardly hold back my tears. I knew it was then we'd be friends till the end, and I begged him, please let me stay here. He said, where I have come from, you do not yet belong, and I must be on my way. He gestured up to the sky, I got the sun in my eyes. When I looked back, he faded away. Call when you fall, when the wind begins to sing your name, I'll come sailing on the Chippewa. Whoa, call when you fall, when the wind begins to sing your name, I'll come sailing on that old cold Chippewa way. Think about my Cherokee died, and I've returned many times, but I come to hear that sweet music that lives on and never will die. The notes floating around me, a spirit that found me and taught me the song of a friend that I sing over and over again and again, warming the Chippewa wind. Call when you fall, when the wind begins to sing your name, I'll come sailing on the Chippewa. Whoa, call when you fall, when the wind begins to sing your name, I'll come sailing on that old cold Chippewa way.
Hey,
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for having me.
What a beautiful dedication. Beautiful.
I'm really happy to be here today, and I'm happy. I had COVID in the beginning,
yes.
and I had already started the album, but I had this weird cough. It sounded like a chicken being strangled. It was horrible, and it went on, and it went on, and I was sick for about 6 months.
Right.
And but that cough lasted about 3 months that I can remember, and it tore my throat up. And I had to go in and do a track one day. I thought I was just there to play my rhythm guitar, but they said, no, we need a vocal. I had no vocal. I couldn't even talk. So I in rhythm to the song. And when I got better, the first order of business I did was to get rid of that and sing the track.
Yes.
But I'm grateful to be alive because, excuse me, I'm grateful to be alive because so many people didn't make it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I had in the beginning. And here I was thinking, wow, if I get that COVID and I'm already sick, what's it going to do to me? Not knowing that I already had every symptom, I couldn't breathe. But that's all behind us now. And I'd like to believe that if we just stay vigilant and take care of each other, that the worst part is over.
Mm-hmm.
And that things are going to be good now, and that we're going to get together and people are going to come together. And I've seen times in my life where people have come together under the strangest circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now's the time for all of us to call for unity, to call for oneness, to call for a universal love, to call for a healing. It's time now. And I'd like to think that that's part of what my new album does.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Wow. and taking us back to a simpler time with it being released on vinyl. I think that's important as well.
I'm really excited. And I know people still love their CDs. And if there's some kind of a package where, you can get some CDs minted for not too much, that I wouldn't mind doing album and CD. But to do it on vinyl and release these songs more as they are in an analog sound rather than a digitized sound. It's a warmer sound.
Yeah.
And if recorded, that the echoes tend to be very difficult because they're not natural. They're kind of a digitized echo. Whereas with analog, you're singing in that booth and it's very, very dry. And they can kind of add an effect while you're singing so that you get this beautiful natural echo that's not chopped up into ones and zeros. And I think across the album, that makes a whole lot of difference. I'm so excited to be I just can't wait to hold my first actual album in my hands.
How cool is that?
I have an album collection that my wife makes fun of me. But we haven't. Yeah, I have albums.
The truth of it is, albums are outdated, and you should get rid of that collection, and you should send it to me immediately.
I knew that was coming. I was like, I know what he's going to say.
Right? I'll take them. My album collection, if I spin this laptop, there's a piece of furniture that I had to actually go out and buy because I had so many albums. They were upstairs, downstairs, in every room. I had to kind of finally put that together in a library. One of my favorite, and everybody should do this, one of my favorite activities, I go to Vinyl Alley down in Lancaster, California, Voodoo Vinyl, and I pour through the used albums. And if there's something that you want perfect, you just go online, you can buy a new one. But I buy the used albums and they sound so sweet still. Albums from the 60s and 70s, 30, 40 years old, and they still play great.
Right.
So I think this is a big charge for music. I don't think they can ignore a $1 trillion worldwide industry. And so I'm hoping that this lifts all the musicians up.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now you go to Walmart and you could buy a turntable, which is surprising to me.
Oh, yeah.
I said,
I'm
wow.
going to get into this, but I go to Walmart and I straighten out the records. And I put all the good stuff I like up front. And when I go back, it's all gone. So I'm hoping I'm doing some good.
Bless your heart.
I go to Barnes and Noble and look up my book and then leave it open.
Oh, you leave it open in the search, yeah.
Nice.
Who is this guy? Let me buy it.
Me an actual event, a signing event. Barnes and Noble is really very good. They're a very good company and they offer a lot. And they're doing some of the Barnes and Nobles. I think they're doing a new thing where each individual store can do its own decor and their own setup. Nice. So it makes it generic. Oh yeah, Barnes and Noble's awesome. And I said, I'll be there with my new album to do a signing.
Wow. Oh good. My gosh.
That's excellent.
I want to see Jimmy perform.
Did you ever come down this way?
You ever come to New York, Jimmy?
I do, actually. I've been going a few times. I've been to the city. We played at a place called Blink Digital for a little film they were making called The Stone Child. And they used one of my songs for the trailer. And then, the Native American Music Awards happened in New York.
Okay.
I'm a 2-time NAMI winner and a 14-time nominee.
14 times.
Amazing.
14 times I gritted my teeth and said, why? Why? No, I'm kidding.
They love me. They really love me. Who was that? Susan Lucci?
No, that wasn't Susan.
Yeah, but when she didn't win.
No, that was.
She finally won.
That was the lady that played the nun, the flying nun.
Sally Field.
Sally Field. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, the next time you're, this is okay. We'll post Daryl's comment. You can go ahead and post it. Daryl says he wants you to sing Maya at his funeral.
I'll be crying my eyes out. I'll never hear. Ah! How am I going to do that with tears in my eyes and a lump in my throat? Okay, you got it, Daryl.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Hasina.
Hi, Hasina.
Hello,
Okay,
Hasina.
when next time you come to New York, please keep us posted. We are a hop, skip, and a jump away from the city, so that's fine. Maybe if you're maybe even in Pennsylvania, because some parts of Pennsylvania are close to us as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be coming to New Jersey in October.
What?
I'll be going to Verona, New Jersey in October.
Oh, put that down.
How far
You know,
away from
has
Verona, New Jersey?
not too far. You know, Hasina's dad was a great saxophone player.
We're coming. It's only an hour and 36 minutes from here. I just looked it up on Google.
There you go. And you know, I want to give another shout out
Shout out.
to my cousin, my brother Julio, my half brother Julio.
Julio.
You know, Julio has about 14 kids, and
Oh,
their
Julio Iglesias.
brothers are twins. And my family is, you know, old school Catholic and very, very extensive. I have 7 brothers and sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and my 2 oldest are twins, and they have 14 and 13 children each. And my oldest niece, Daida, was born 27 days after me. And
Wow.
so
Mhm.
she still calls me uncle. I'm like, you're only 27 days younger than me. But they like own Brooklyn and Chelsea, and they're all over the city. It's amazing. I can't wait to go. Because, you know, if you have 14 kids and they have 2 kids and they have 4 kids and they have 3 kids, and you're 100 people. So I'm really excited about coming to the East Coast.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
Let us know.
When in October? Do you know the date?
I don't have an exact. Oh, yes, I do. Actually, I'll be coming in for Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy, I
I'm
guess
going
we're
to fly a day before.
yes.
We're
Fly
gonna
in
see
on the
you then.
12th.
I'm bringing a black cat.
Oh my goodness.
Um.
I'm putting it in the calendar already.
Okay, she's putting it there.
Verona, New Jersey. That's only an
Oh,
hour
you
and
said-
36 minutes from us.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Right. I'm going in a getting married, so I'm going to go to the wedding.
Yeah, September we start.
Competition in October? We don't compete until December.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Okay, so Jimmy, it has been such a pleasure. We're going to continue to follow you for when the album comes out. Share, because our people that are our viewers, they really come out and support the folks that we have on the show. We want to continue to support you throughout this journey of yours. We just absolutely love what you do for music and for, you know, people.
Thank you so much. And likewise, I love your show. And please needle me sometimes if I get busy, you know, remind me that you have another artist. I'll share it on Facebook and
Wonderful.
and that's how we, you know, this is how we do it these days. And you know, I'd like to do something for you as well.
Love
Awesome.
that. Thank you so much, Jimmy Lee Young. It was such a pleasure having you on Tweed Talks again for the second time. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Rock on!
Rock on. All right. Say something?
Yeah, we're gonna close with Apache.
All right.
Here we go.
The world keeps turning round and round, and no one knows the way. Long forgotten secrets buried within tribes of yesterday. Brother killing brother, and the blood runs in the streets. Apache people cleared away like thorns among the weeds. I believe in the wind and the sun and the rain. I believe in the magic of the medicine man, and I believe in love. I believe in love. Wild feather fly on broken wings and find your spirit guide.
Good to see you, Daryl. Rock on, man.
Your dreams, a black stone seal your pride. Eagle wings flying high in the sky. You never dreamed you'd fall. To listen to the voices on bleeding of the pale moonlight and claim the sacrificial night. And I believe in the wind and the sun and the rain. I believe in the magic of a medicine man, and I believe in love. Love, I believe in love. Love, I cry, oh, Apache, Apache, whoa, 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 Apache tribe, Apache tribe. Hey! Why?
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. One of my favorites. One of my favorites.
That is
Thank you
one
so
of my
much.
favorites.
Thank you so much for joining us on Tweed Talks, Jimmy. Have a wonderful night.
You're welcome. Mwah. God bless you.
God bless you.
you.
Stay calm. We are all one people. The human race.
Yes.
That's it. Love each other. Be kind.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Hi, Dee.
Well, that was awesome as always.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm so glad we had him on.
That is like my jam right there.
Next show next week,
Mhm.
Vince is coming on.
Vince is coming on next week,
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah, director, producer, movie maker. So he's coming on. He will
Awesome.
be coming on next week.
It's gonna be another awesome,
Another awesome-
amazing Tweed Talks, you guys.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure you did. I'm sure that I did. I was trying to figure out the chords on his.
what
on
key
his
was
song.
that in?
That was A flat minor.
A flat. Oh, that's an easy
That's-
key for me because I'm not well versed in chords, so in keys. So
Okay.
So yes, tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to be live on TikTok 1:30 to 3:30. I'm gonna post about it in the morning, so I'll post around probably 10 o'clock. So you guys will know the information. I'll post the link. Come on and watch and comment. Buy something if you want, but you don't necessarily have to. Just come in and say, "Hey, Crystal, you're doing great." Throw me some encouragement, some hearts, some thumbs up into the chat. Bye, Jimmy.
Bye.
So thank you guys so much for joining us on Tweed Talks. It was another wonderful Monday night. Take us out with our tagline, Mr. Tweed.
Love, peace, and harmony.
And harmony.
If you have love, you have peace. If you have peace, you have harmony.
You have harmony.
Bye bye.